Video.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 7th episode of Manthan. So I hope quite a few have already joined, and I hope many of you will join in the course of time. So welcome to the 7th episode. My name is Linsu Koshi, and we have a new moderator today, Santosh Kela. And Santosh, I'd like to give a brief about Santosh. He is a very passionate L&D professional. He currently works with Accenture and has been part of various interventions with other organizations as well. He started off with TCS, so it's a wonderful professional, and he's going to moderate the session today. So I will hand over to Santosh that he can take it forward from here and introduce our our guest speakers for today. Over to you, Santosh.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Lindsay. And a very grand welcome to all of you who are present here. This is a great opportunity to be a part of. Now, quickly coming to the topic, wellness, what it is and what are we missing. A couple of weeks ago, I've met one of my colleagues who was working in one of the HR organizations as an HR analyst. And she happens to tell me that there was a new sales professional named Hari who has joined their organization. And then all of a sudden, he was very good, but all of a sudden, there was a dip in his performance. Immediately, they planned to put him under some sales training that didn't work. And then they planned to put him under some counseling that didn't work. And they were thinking to put him under performance improvement program. But that is when a coach was having a coaching conversation with Harish, they learned that he's gone through a breakup. And that's why he was not able to perform as expected. When we see the skills or the performance, it is only at the surface level. But what is underneath is wellness. And that is a topic of importance since pandemic, and it has been growing in importance since then, since 2020. I quickly googled about this term to know what wellness is exactly about, and from Wikipedia, I came to know wellness is simply put feeling good and feeling well about self. Now it means if I am here, Santosh, sitting before you, I have to feel good. So that is what wellness is. Now, while there are multiple facets to wellness, like physical wellness, where there is career well-being, where one has to know where he or she is going to go ahead in his career or her career, and then there is financial well-being, where I am there, I feel confident about my future in terms of financial circumstances, and then there is social well-being. Do I have well-built connections? Do I have meaningful connections at my workplace, in my social circle, and whatnot? And then there is community well-being that deals with what am I giving back to the society, and then there is emotional well-being, which is all about mental health, and also finally there is purpose-driven well-being. With these millennials and Gen Z coming up, most of them would like to, or rather, love to work on what they want to work on, and not what we are offering to them. While the entire junta, entire world is focusing on this, and until now I spoke about what well-being is all about. And let me bring to you our panelists here to speak about what are we missing, the missing pieces in the puzzle. Now our first panelist is someone who wears multiple hats. She is a strategic HR professional with diverse experience of working in IT and media organizations for around 12 years. She has a good hands-on experience in designing and executing strategic HR policies, programs, practices, and people management. After a decade of working with corporates, She decided to use her skills to assist subject matter experts and startups in setting up the HR process and best practices to fulfill her passion for learning and development. She has also joined hands with her childhood friends and founded iTvara, a travel company where she heads the strategy and marketing of the company. We can probably connect with her for our next holiday itinerary. She also reads a lot and is hungry to learn new things. She's a trekker by choice, blogger, nature photographer, and an internet fanatic. Let us welcome our first panelist, Manisha Singh. Hi, ma'am. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sukash.
Thank you. And we have our second panelist, who is the best in the business of what he does. He is a senior professor, head and dean at the Department of Commerce, Faculty of Commerce and Business, Delhi School of Economics in University of Delhi. He is also the chairperson of Delhi University Sports Council. He is an honorary professor at various universities across the world. He has more than 36 years of teaching experience in all with 234 publications, including 10 books, one international monograph, 123 research papers, 14 articles, 16 case studies, 60 editorial reviews, 2 abstracts, and 8 reviews published in learning journals with total citations of 809, H of index of 12, and I-10 index of 16 as on May 2023 as per Google Scholar citation. Let us welcome with a huge round of virtual applause Professor Ajay Kumar Singh. Hi Ajay
Thank
sir,
you.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you Ajay sir. So to start off with, let me start with Ajay sir. Ajay sir, this question is to you. When I ask you, what are we missing in terms of wellness at workplace? What's that one thing that is on the top of your mind?
I think what we are missing is the holistic perspective of things in life. So when we say wellness, there are, occupational obviously is there because your context is currently the working place. But then it is physical wellness, it is emotional wellness, it is intellectual wellness, spiritual wellness, financial wellness, social wellness, environmental wellness. So when we say wellness, it actually means a lot of things together. Like we say, it is a conscious, positive, self propelled process of achieving one's full potential. And one can only achieve full potential if he is a multi dimensional personality having all the aspects as I just mentioned to you. So you require a holistic approach to lifestyle towards mental and spiritual well being, also, which we generally miss. So it's like, removing from the disease the dis part of it, and you start living in the ease, the way life shows up to you. So that is something which is very, very important. And that happens probably when you have clear cut goals which are set up, expectations from the employees, and the deadlines and all those things are clearly defined. And there is a flexibility, there is empowerment, there is, leading by example. The leader should himself or herself be demonstrating by leading from the front. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. So it's developing a culture of well-being amongst all the employees, educate them about the importance of work-life balance and how to live a stress-free life without any encumbrances of the past. We say in art of living, live in the present moment. And if you have purity of heart, clarity of mind, and sincerity in action, you can actually achieve all that. So that is a short answer of it. Teachers are habitual of giving 1 hour lectures.
Thank you Ajay sir. So you mean to say it is a holistic thing, it is a 360-degree thing where there should be all the elements like a buffet. Now, the same question to Manisha ma'am. Manisha ma'am, what do you think is missing? What's that one thing on the top of your mind? I think Manisha ma'am is adjusting her accent. Uh, okay. So, Ajay sir, I'd like to ask one question to you. You spoke about getting that holistic view of well-being. how do you think that today organizations can get that? I think you're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, organization should have a strategy, and they should keep, I think, people as their first priority. Like there was a book, Employees First, Customers Second. So I say people first. When I joined as Vice Chancellor of Shishi University, I said, you are my first priority. And whatever goals, whatever achievements you want to have, I'm here to make sure that you fulfill all your aspirations. So it is about putting people in the center of concerns. All the stakeholders are important. It is not only the people who are working as employees. Generally, like, the finance manager gives focus to the maximization of shareholders' wealth. HR person talks about, the employees. Marketing person is more concerned with the customer centric approach and all those things. So each one has a different, priority in life, or in the occupation, or in the job they are into, and there is no one who synergizes all of them and bring them into one book. Again, the holistic approach towards things is important. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Thank you, sir. I think to put it in a single word, strategy is one thing, and then having that vision, that is having that holistic vision, and then number two is strategy. Thank you so much. Now
And
I guess
putting
Manthan,
people and putting people at the center of all concerns. We are
right.
not in the we are in the rat race of making money and growth rate and GDP growth rate and numbers, top line, bottom line, and so on and so forth, and we have forgotten for whom we are doing all this. So that must be remembered all the time.
Great, sir. Thank you so much. Now the same question to Manisha, ma'am. When we speak about what are we missing in wellness, what's that one thing that comes on the top of your mind?
Thank you, Santosh. And so sorry, I guess I missed out. Uh, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
All right. So the network problem, and I was just like, out from that meeting. Just answering to your question, you started with one issue that some employee is going through from a breakup kind of a situation. I guess a classic example, and from where I need to start this missing point is that many product and solution are striking plaster, but do not actually addressing the wellness issue. The point which is being missed is personal. We need to understand that well-being is personal. It is internal. It comes from within us. It is made up on how we feel about ourselves, our self-esteem, our self-respect, our ability to cope up with the situation and pressure, self-worth and value. Now, giving this example, um, let's say your employee only, if the person is unable to perform, he or she would definitely face a dip into productivity. Now manager quickly what will do is will put him or her for a training module without even knowing what exactly the problem area is where he need to address. Now problem is that when it comes to a personal well-being issue, there has to be someone who's identifying and hitting the right door. So what we need to start with is that the manager should definitely have that kind of rapport with the person, whereas the person can go talk to the employee or the problem that the person is facing, so that this things don't messed up in a way, is not answering or addressing the issue in a proper way. Secondly, in organization also, when you face such issues, there are in fact three kind of a situation. Either a person will be absent, or there would be a presentism, or a leavism. Now absence is completely out of the work, a person is out of action. Presentism is the person is there but not productive, is he or she is not working at all. And leavism is a person is using annual leave, or maybe taking work from home. We need to address that bad patch in a personal life of a person, so that we can give a proper solution, because well-being is vast. It is not limited to mental well-being or physical well-being. There are 8 aspects of dimension, and each dimension is interconnected. If you are facing one issue, definitely it will link to different aspect or different dimension. Say for example, if I have no money, or maybe I have a debt issue. So it is a financial dimension. This will lead to the anxiety, which is an emotional dimension. This will again lead to a medical problem, which is a physical dimension. Trouble to work, because a person will be taking that baggage to, office, at their workplace, occupational well-being. Then everything, when this will happen, you will start questioning yourself, you will start questioning your existence or the problem that you're facing. That is a spiritual part. So my point here is that the proper aspect which is missing from well-being is personal. We need to address this agenda and accordingly design, derive, and plan the activity.
Thank you. Thank you, Manisha ma'am, for that great answer, because I think, yeah, well-being is personal and it is internal. And when you speak about managers having personal rapport with the associate or the team member, now with this point at the crux, I'd like to ask you one question. How does a team where all a small team, say a team of 8, where all the team members are having a very good personal well-being, how does this team look like?
Say, there are three aspects to answer this question. Is one, when we work in a team, there is autonomy. You are working in a very controlled working environment where a person is keeping an eye on you and at least tracking you. Just to justify this aspect, employee used to spend more time in office, rather compromise, or in fact compromising their personal space. There is no balance. So this point need to be removed. Then people factor, your environmental aspect is there. So you need to, as a manager, you need to create, obtain, in fact integrate that kind of work culture where the good well-being employee will work like in a healthy cordial relationship with the co-worker and teammates, bringing whole heart to the office, appreciation and feedback, because you are ready to take appreciation, plus you are ready to take criticism and feedback. Taking risk as a team, when you are working as a happy team, as a open minded people, you would be taking more risk, eager to take more risk, and you will learn from those risks. Celebrating journey, projects, success, even failure, because from that also you're learning. Trust, that is addressing your autonomy part, that you will be trusted by your team member. If the work is assigned to someone, this will be delivered, rather than keeping an eye and tracking. Openly sharing information, person would feel open, will feel welcomed by the teammates, that he or she, even if sharing something which is not appropriate or maybe not helping, but still she's been given chance to put across her view and thought. Plus challenge and growth, the more you will be facing the challenging situation collectively, the more growth aspects you will accumulate to your team member. So this is how I think, small team of 5, 8, 10 people with good well-being should look like.
Thank you. Thanks a lot,
Uh,
Manisha ma'am.
Thank you. Can I go ahead with the question, please? Hello.
Anuba, are we taking questions
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now?
So
Yeah, sure,
take the
Lakshmi.
question. No worries.
Arba, can I go ahead, please?
Yes,
Hello.
sir, please, please.
Absolutely.
This is about individual entities where a person works in a company or an organization. What happens, see, sometimes, it is really about emotional hygiene. How do you come across, how do you think that emotional hygiene can be sort of a situation where it can be developed into sort of employees' well-being? I mean, emotional hygiene plays a lot of havoc in any individuals working in a company. And if it has to be done, it has to be emotional hygiene has to be controlled. How do you think that can be controlled? I mean, like for instance, the workspace is, environment, is co-workers. All this matter for a worker when he is working in a factory. It is an individual sort of situation. How do you think you can really work out on taking care of the hygiene, emotional hygiene. In mental health, you've been saying, but then emotional hygiene is always there. So how would you, how would you sort of surpass that situation when it comes to
Sure.
taking care of a worker?
Sure. Ajay sir, could you please take that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Emotional hygiene. When we say, Herzberg two-factor theory, we come out with this term of hygiene factors and motivating factors. So I would say emotional hygiene is the basic part of it that we need to take care of. But more important than that is the motivating aspect in terms of emotions and higher faculties which an individual has. So, giving due respect to all the people would probably take care of the emotional hygiene part of it. But inspiring them by what we call reinforcement techniques and all that kickstarts people to achieve higher goals in life. So it is not only to maintain emotional hygiene as
तुम्हारे
something which.
मोबाइल में वाईफाई आ रहा है?
Please mute all others. May please mute themselves.
तो आना कैसे चल रहा है?
Vikas ji, or the
I
host
think
can
his
mute.
emotional hygiene is at a higher level. Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to go to higher level also in terms of emotions as well. Like we have lower emotions and higher emotions. Solar plexus chakra deals with the lower emotions and heart chakra deals with the higher emotions. So, like love is something which is representative of the heart chakra, and hatred is the opposite part of that. So what we are promoting in an organization, whether love, it is governed by love and care of people, or is it jealousy, greed, and all those things which are being nurtured in an organization, that would be the hygiene part of it. And then what I said is about higher, working for a higher purpose, creating a bigger line. So everybody feels inspired to work for a greater cause, a bigger cause, a national cause or a global cause. Like we say, sustainable development goals is something which is for the entire world, this planet or the solar system. We need to save this planet Earth in the context of the solar system. So that way you are elevating the purpose of life, and to come in the forefront, and the smaller things in life going down automatically in the bigger scheme of things.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Ajay sir. Now, one quick question to Manisha ma'am. In the interest of time, I'd like you to answer that in a couple of minutes. With the AI, artificial intelligence disrupting the world in the HR, do you think wellness apps work? Any thoughts on this?
See, Santosh, of course, we can't ignore the fact that AI is a future. And nowadays, with HR AI system also, we are day to day using technology to our work. So yes, if you would ask me, AI apps are definitely helping and working. In fact, post COVID time, in fact, during the lockdown time also, this has given an ample amount of time to us to, get into it, learn, develop, integrate, and start operating. So if you would ask me, when we do mindfulness activities right from the home, and we need to address 50 employee in a row, in a bunch, right? So we always have to use those AI technology in place. If it is a 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes mindfulness activities, so good apps like Insight Timer, Headspace, Journey Live, they're helping a lot. They're giving a concluded results also, your breathing technology, your in out, plus your calmness, that is helping that too. If you would ask me, I was dealing with Gen Z, and initially we were failed to address this matter because I am from a millennial generation, so of course I was thinking that way. And so I used to conduct those yoga sessions, chair yogas, and everything. And I was like very disheartened because the participation was very less, very less. So quickly, we need to switch the strategy in a way that we are looking to give activity to a younger people generation. Hence, we started Walkathon. We created a group in Strava. We added them. And then it was like a weekly challenge for everyone that this much footstep need to be covered up. Even in office, if you are taking stairs rather than lifts, it is anyhow helping. So that is a no, not a AI system, but yes, from the app, Strava really helped us. Fitbit definitely gonna work. For sleep, AI apps, this is also helping. You need to understand that whether you're sleeping well or not. Are you snoring? Are you in a deep sleep? Are you dreaming? So, if you would ask me, these AI apps are helping us in terms of collecting data, study it, think about it that yes, whether it is helping or not. And in fact, for employee, uh, right now we are in a hybrid work module system. So, asking everyone to gather in one hall is like something really tough nowadays. So, I am sure AI apps are really helping, and it is gonna be future for every transformation that we are going to see.
Thanks a lot, Manisha ma'am. This has been a great discussion. Once again, I'd like to thank Professor Ajay sir and also Manisha ma'am. So, to summarize our learnings today, what are we missing is the holistic vision, the people first, and the strategy. And of course, well being is very personal. Having a personal rapport helps. And a team with well being would have certain elements like appreciation and feedback, risk taking ability, celebrating failures and successes, having trust, open communication, and feeling challenged along with growth. And then emotional hygiene can be set up when we elevate our energy levels and of course the purpose along with the purpose of life. We have to embrace technology and artificial intelligence to come up with initiatives for a hybrid workforce. With that, thank you so much. We have one question coming up. We have a raise of hand. What will we do, Anuga?
Yeah, so Gurmeet Singh Baba sir, you can go ahead, please.
Yeah.
Question is rather it's an counter to Manisha's thinking that apps are helping, right? The real question was, is artificial intelligence is antithesis of wellness or not? We know that the very purpose of business is to make profit, and profit doesn't come by compromising without compromising wellness. And you rightly said some apps are helping you, but we have been told that businessman should be like a machine. You must ask him yes or no. There is no in between. So that was a question I think he wanted to ask, how wellness and artificial intelligence are going to handle the people.
So, point very well
If I-
taken.
Yeah, please go ahead.
No, please, sir.
Yeah, sir.
So
yeah,
I was just trying to say one thing in this, that wellness, like, in the last 37 years of my teaching experience, I have not taken a single medical leave.
Oh,
So if you are well, then you are more productive. So
yes.
individual wellness is very important to make sure whatever is the purpose of the organization, whether it is for earning profit or whatever. If you are sick, how can you contribute for the development of an organization? So the first thing is that you take care of yourself first. Have a smile on your face. Only then you can bring smiles on the faces of other people, and they can further contribute more in the organization. So it is a starting point. If you are sick, then your company will be also becoming sick like you. So I think we need to give, again, I reiterate that all these apps and other things are supportive, complementary. The main crux is the people, and people.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Ajay sir, and of course, thank you, Gurmukh sir, for adding the other side of the coin to my question as well. Now, with this, I'd like to hand over the virtual podium to our Honorable Secretary, Ajay Kumar Sahuji.
Okay. Thank you, Santosh. And thank you, both the speakers and all our members who took time to be present in today's session. In fact, today's topic could not have been handled better than our two speakers, Professor Ajay Singh and Miss Manisha Singh. हम लोग जब बचपन में we used to joke around saying that तुम जिस स्कूल में पढ़े हो मैं उस स्कूल के का प्रिंसिपल रह चुका हूँ. So the topic of wellness is personified both by Professor Ajay Singh and Miss Manisha Singh. Professor Ajay Singh was the Vice Chancellor of Sri Sri University. I had the fortune to visit that university. That university actually exudes wellness through and through. So if you happen to go to Odisha and Cuttack, do visit that campus. It's a beautiful campus. And as far as Manisha is concerned, she is a nature enthusiast. She's a trekker. And she says that if you don't find me in the plains, do look me up in the Himalayas. So both our speakers are apt to drive this particular session today. Thank you very much. Before we close, let me also tell you about 3 things which are coming up, which will happen in the next couple of weeks. On 22nd, we are like every month, 4th Saturday, we are going to have a program, a physical program in our chapter office. This time it will be on ChatGPT and AI, how you can use ChatGPT and AI for productivity and engagement. That's going to happen on 22nd. On 29th, in fact, this month we are going to have 5 Saturdays. So we are taking advantage of that. And the 5th Saturday is on 29th. So we are going to have our first certification program on 29th. That will be on graphology. So that will happen from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. followed by lunch. So we would, whosoever is interested in learning and getting certified on graphology, please do join us on 29th. And on 2nd of, is that 2nd or 3rd August?
It's 3rd of August.
3rd of August. We are going to have not the chapter, but the HO is going to have innovative training practices. It's a competition, all India competition, which is happening, and our chairperson is the chairperson for that as well. So I would request Anubha to say a few words on that particular program. Anubha.
All right. Thank you so much, Ajay. In fact, first of all, big thank you to Professor Ajay and Manisha. And I should not miss out Santosh for bringing out wellness in such a beautiful manner. And Ajay, you rightly said that our initiatives has been taking up different places. About innovative awards, I think this is one platform where you will learn about the best practices, which is implemented in the organization. And you will also learn how they have been benefited on the people development side as well as on the return on investment side. So I would really request, if your organization wants to participate, the 15th July is the last date to nominate yourself. And then if you want to become an audience just to learn, then most welcome on 3rd of August in Scope Complex, New Delhi. So thank you so much for that. Yes, Ajay.
All right. Thank you so much. And with that, we come to the end of this program. Thank you so much and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good night. Take care.